purpose of this speech today is to inform you of the multitudes of people who experience abuse every day in the United States. I chose this topic because many people know, have seen, or heard of someone who has experienced abuse. Millions of children are abused, and the National Domestic Violence Hotline says that 24 people every minute are abused by an intimate partner. Many men, women, and children experience various types of abuse, and the services some of these men seek may or may not help them. Conversations are normally geared towards women when talking about abuse, leaving less room for men to be talked about. As a result, I'm going to talk about intimate partner abuse experienced by men, services these men use, and the reason why some don't use services. Hundreds of thousands of men experience one or multiple types of abuse by an intimate partner. The National Coalition Against Domestic Violence states that 1 in 4 men experience physical violence and 1 in 9 men experience severe intimate partner abuse. In an April 2014 article about male victims of intimate partner abuse, use and helpfulness of services, a survey conducted by Venus Sully identified the most common types of male victim abuse to be physical, psychological, and economical. Most men seek various sources for help. Of those who seek former sources of support, shelters are viewed as the least helpful, and substance abuse services are viewed as most helpful. For men that use informal sources of abuse, police are seen as least helpful, and friends are seen as most helpful. For the men who do not seek abuse, some are unaware of abuse services, or most services do not accommodate men. An August 2010 article titled Help Seeking Among Male Victims of Abuse, Men's Hard Times, written by Venus Sully and others, service target perception, shame and embarrassment, denial, stigmatization, and fear are the main reasons why men do not seek help for abuse. Even though the topic of abuse is unequally discussed among men and about men and women, the reason is valid. Now I'm going to talk about abuse experienced by women, policy impeding intimate partner abuse, and services used by women who seek help. Women are more often abused. The National Coalition Against Domestic Violence states that 1 in 3 women experience physical abuse by an intimate partner, and 1 in 10 women are raped by a partner. In October 2015 article about the state of intimate partner violence intervention, progress, and continuing challenges, written by Jill Messing and others, state the Violence Against Women Act's budget has doubled. The percent of social services used by this act has decreased from 38% to 15%. Messing and others state that the VAWA's mandatory arrest policy was controversial in many states, so 34 states replaced it with the Primary Aggressor Act. Along with mandatory policies, the no-drop policy was in place, increasing the prosecution of intimate partner crime cases. Services for abused women are viewed as mostly helpful, but there are still some issues. Uh, Shelters, Jill Mason and others note that shelters are purported as the most helpful source of support for abuse. For the women who feel that shelters are not supportive, the reasons are mostly they feel that shelters are restrictive, invasive of privacy, controlling, lack training in LGBTQ issues, and have institutional barriers. As women are abused, so are many of the children that these women have. Last, I'm going to talk about abuse experienced by children, case substantiated, and the effects of child abuse. Child abuse is to many the most despicable of abuse. According to a February 2017 article about life prevalence of investigating child maltreatment among U.S. children by Hannah Kim and others, more than one-third of children are investigated by CPS services. According to a July 2009 article about child maltreatment in the United States, an examination of child reports and substantiation rates written by John Kessler and others, neglect and physical abuse are the most common types of child maltreatment. From the article by John Kessler and others, it is difficult to investigate child abuse as the credibility of child abuse is normally questioned, especially when reported by a child. From the article by Hunter Kim and others in 2014, 21.9% of cases were substantiated, meaning they were supported by evidence or proof. From the survey article in June an article by John Kessler and others, reports by children were substantiated significantly less than reports by professional adults. Child abuse can cause physical, psychological, and behavior problems. According to the Child Welfare Information Gateway, child abuse can result in brain damage, malnutrition, high blood pressure, poor mental and emotional health, post traumatic stress, unhealthy sexual practices, juvenile delinquency leading to adult criminality, and future perpetration of maltreatment. Now discuss a topic that is difficult for some people. In conclusion, abuse is a serious but sometimes misunderstood topic. Hopefully knowing more about the types of abuse, types of services, service reactions, laws, and the effects of abuse help to prepare when dealing with an abusive situation. Remember to love thy neighbors, and I hope you have a blissful life.